Hey everyone, welcome to Encore, and today I'm going to share some tips with you guys on how you can seal the logos on your favorite brushes. Keep watching. Hey everyone, it's Corin, and you're watching EnKoreMakeup. Blend, blend, blend.
Hi, Corin. Stop using my lipstick.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So I know many of you guys have been asking constantly for ever and a day on what is the best way to seal the logo on your favorite brushes. And of course, many of you guys own MAC brushes, or maybe, some other like high brand brushes like Giorgio Armani or, anything that sort that has a logo, much like this. And this is a MAC brush, of course, the 150. And MAC brushes, the handles have kind of like an engraved logo, okay? And it's usually, of course, the brand MAC and then the number of the brush. And eventually, sometimes, many of you guys experience wear and fading of the logo. And I know in the past, many of us have used clear nail polish, but of course, the problem with that is that, for one, much like on nails, it's going to start cracking, it's going to start peeling off. And it's a constant kind of like maintenance for you to keep applying it. And most of the time, when nail polish on the brush handle starts peeling off, it also takes out the silver foil. This is what I'm talking about, the silver foiling on the engraving. And then you're left out pretty much with just an indentation on the handle, all right? And so for many months, I've been like playing with different media that I can seal that in. And I used to just fix it with my Grumbacher fixative spray for artists to seal it in, which helps a lot, okay? But the problem is, again, maintenance. You're going to have to kind of like do it after a certain amount of time. And if you have a lot of brushes like I do, it's a full-time job, just to do that, to keep, maintaining the brush and keep spraying it with the fixative spray, So I've tried so many different kinds of glue. Elmer's glue, which dries and crack, it becomes brittle. Most other like strong glue, like crazy glue, dries into not clear, but it has kind of like that white film over it and just didn't work. And again, it dried up brittle and crackly, and eventually it's just a mess. And the same with like different kinds of clear nail polish. It's the same thing. If it doesn't last for months and months on your own nail, then it's not going to last on these handles. So I have found that the best product to use is this product right here. It's called the Perfect Paper Adhesive. And most of us who are into crafts know this as PPA. Basically, it's a kind of like an adhesive slash decoupaging medium. All right, and the thing is, like, compared to other decoupage, lacquer, varnish, sealers, things like that, like Mod Podge, is that this doesn't dry sticky. Now, I tried Mod Podge, and I'm pretty sure many of you guys would probably say, oh, Mod Podge would do the same thing. I did try that, and the problem is it dries sticky. And of course, when you use your brush, you always, hold it right where you're going to seal it, all right where the logo is, and it's sticky. And for me, that's, and stuff sticks to it. So that's the problem I ran into Mod Podge until I tried using PPA, okay? And PPA comes in gloss or matte. I prefer the matte, okay? The gloss is very glossy. It's not like glossy, like it's glass glossy, but it's just like a super shiny satin gloss, all right? So I prefer the matte, and I tried it on one of my oldest brushes, and of course this is the MAC 32, no longer exists. There you go. MAC 32, okay, and I got this pretty much in the late 80s, Oh my god, did I just dated myself? Yeah, so I got this in the late 80s, so one of the very, very first set of brushes from MAC. And look at the logo, okay, because I've been maintaining it. And of course, you know, with my old method, I have to constantly maintain it. But with this brush, I haven't, like, you know, touched it in like months because I've been using my decoupaging medium, which is my PPA, on it. And look how beautiful that logo is. It looks like I just bought it like, you know, a week ago. But it's ancient collector's items, probably worth something by now. So I'm going to demonstrate to you guys how to do this, and we're also going to do a time lapse so that way you can see how it dries, okay? But it's really simple, guys. All you need to do is put a strip of the PPA right on the logo, right here, okay? And you just keep that on for about 30 seconds. And then you use a craft brush to kind of like spread and smooth it out, okay? And then just let it dry until it dries completely clear. So basically all the, you know, that white stuff, this is going to apply on looking like milk, okay? Like really, really thick milk. And once it dries completely clear. And of course, you know, like I said, I recommend using the matte one for this one, okay? Because it's going to dry matte. Now, if you have brushes that are glossy, then that's when you're going to want to use the gloss, okay? You might have other brands of makeup brushes that maybe has a matte handle, or Low Cornell has glossy handles. So you just kind of base the finish to the brush handle, so that way it matches it. So they're available for you in both gloss and matte. Okay, so let's do the time lapse, and so that way you can see what it looks like when it dries. Okay, so like I said, all you need to do is put a strip of the PPA right above the logo and the number, just like that, and let that sit for a few seconds. And as you can see, the PPA turns into kind of like a lilac color, which is normal. So, which means that the medium or the PPA is curing. Okay, and then after about 30 seconds to about a minute, you're going to need a craft brush. Okay, and what you want to do is you just basically just kind of want to evenly spread that out. You can also use a stencil if you prefer to have like a nice straight edge. Alright, but you just want to really concentrate on covering the logo itself. So you're basically just going to create a film on top of that. And like I mentioned earlier, you're going to kind of get that kind of like milky look to it. But that's normal because it's going to dry clear. Alright, and what I'm doing is I'm basically just kind of like straightening the edge here so that it looks nice and clean. And kind of like an angled brush, much like this, is great for doing this. And that's pretty much it, okay? Really easy, and all you need to do is let that dry. I'm going to keep the camera rolling so you guys can see in lapse time how this is going to dry into clear. Okay, so hopefully that's going to be a great help for you guys, and it's definitely something you can look forward to. Brushes are an investment. They're not cheap. And if you want to preserve the logo, the number, if you refer to the number of the brush and stuff like that, like Mac brushes do, then definitely it's worth the effort of sealing them. So hopefully this video helps you guys. And of course, the PPAs or the Perfect Paper Adhesive are available at your craft stores, your scrapbooking stores, Michaels. I got mine from Michaels, but these are from Michaels, of course. And so just, or otherwise, just Google it if you're overseas, if you're in a different country. Just Google it and see if it's available in your country. And thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.